Hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm expecting someone that makes good music. And that's the music I'm playing in the background. I hope you'll join soon. It sings about justice. But he's a valued person. Let me call him. While I'm coming, I'm doing it now. Okay, because I'm already online. Give me a second. Let me do it now. Okay. Okay. Oh, I no, it's on the what's it called? It's on the it's on Zoom. Hello? Hello? Okay. Hi,
So now, big man, how we living?
are you are
I'm
you
good. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. And you?
So far, so good, man. I'm here with the tech team. We're chilling out, trying to get some
Oh,
work.
oh, who are the other members?
I'm here with. You can introduce yourself.
Okay. Is this the guy that's making the guy you call the cowman?
No, he's not the comment man. He looks
Okay,
like
okay, 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 okay.
we're trying to fix this mixer that's broken.
All right, all right, all right. Now,
So
okay, can we proceed?
let's do that.
Okay, okay. Now, I was growing up like for you.
Uh, well, life was hard. I mean, like, I'm a black man living in Canada, so life was challenging. But it doesn't matter where you are or where you come from. I mean, life is what you make it, right? So my life, I guess, was like several other million people's lives
Of course, of course.
at that time. So, I mean, my life was a day to day thing that I had to navigate and try to figure out.
Mm, mm. And I mean, here you are now. I mean, at least I can say that I've been enjoying your music, right?
Thank you so much.
Now,
Thank you so much.
well, I mean, what spurs you on? I mean, what's
Um,
your motivation?
I take motivation from things I see every day. Just walking on the sidewalks, just being in a group of people, just conversating. I take inspiration from just everyday normal people like myself. If you listen to my songs, most of my songs speak to true things. I'm not very political or I don't like to do a lot of religious stuff on track, but you know what I mean, I'm very spiritual. So on most of the tracks I like to speak something to truth. I like to speak something of substance when I'm creating
Now,
music and dealing with
now, now, maybe I didn't get you. You said you're not political.
no, in the sense that I don't really, there's two things I don't like to discuss or debate, and that's politics and religion. Because I feel that sincerely, everybody on this earth has a right to their own opinion in regards to their politics and their
Mm.
religion. So, I mean, to really get into a debate about that is like what makes my God different or better or lesser than your God. That's all. That kind of stuff is
Mm. You know,
it's
even
circular.
by saying that,
Huh?
even by saying that, you are being political. And by the way, every man is political, one way or the other.
Well, no, I would disagree to say that every
Okay,
man
okay,
is has an
okay.
opinion,
You
right?
see,
But you wait, let me finish. So you might have an opinion, right? You might have a belief. You might have a structure that you believe in. That doesn't necessarily make you political.
mm,
Um, Political and the word political and politicism and all that is tied to governance and how things are governed. That's where the words politics comes into play,
mm,
right? So politics is tied directly to governance. And
mm.
my point is that I govern my own self. I build my own world and I live in it.
Or
I don't
you,
have to worry about what other people are doing or how they govern their world. You
is
know what
it
I mean?
safe? Is it safe
I
to
don't.
say? Is it safe to say that you live in your comfort zone?
Yeah, but I'm kind of advantageous too. So I like to go out and get adventure. So even though I like my comfort zone, I'm not afraid to go out there and try something new or try something different. I love adventure. I like going and learning new things and experiencing new things. I think that in this life that we've got, and it's super short, that, you know what I mean? You really don't have a lot of time to leave a legacy. And the things
Mm,
that you do speak directly to the legacy that you leave.
mm,
Right? So I try to make sure that I do things of substance. I do good things so that when I'm gone, even if you don't like me, you can say, okay, well, he did a good thing.
mm,
You know what I mean? So yeah, I try to take it away from myself and kind of put it into my atmosphere, into my universe. Like I said, I build my own world. I
mm,
don't. For example, a lot of the times people will come to me and they'll rage and rant about Trump or whatever other political or Justin Trudeau. Let's say I'm in Canada, so they'll come and they'll rant and they'll rave. And I let them know that really at the end of the day, for me, when I get up in the day and I go to bed at nighttime, what Trump does doesn't really affect me. Trump is living his life. He's good. He's all right. He's built his world and he's living in it.
mm,
So I can't be focused on that kind of stuff. I got to focus on what's in my world. And
mm,
my world is very, I have boundaries. So in my world, there is service, there is compassion, there's empathy,
mm,
there's respect, honor, humility, loyalty. And these are things that, I mean, the generations nowadays, for them, it's like a mythical thing. It's like this fantasy thing. But for me, it's how I grew up. It's how I live. These are my principles of life, right? So these things are hard coded into my DNA,
mm,
right? If you know me as a personal person, you know I don't go out, I don't party, I don't go to clubs, I don't drink, I don't hang out on corners, I don't shop on the blocks.
mm,
I'm a simple person. I'm just a normal guy. I get up in the morning, I go to work. And what do? My work is giving service to people. I go
mm.
into my streets, into my community, and I give them whether it's advice, whether it's clothes to keep warm, whether it's water to quench a thirst, whether it's food to cure hunger. That's what I do. Those are the
Okay.
things that are important to me. And
Could you allow me to come in?
absolutely.
Okay, now you sing about justice, right?
Yes.
You sing
Yeah.
about okay, you go about giving service to the people and all those things.
Yep.
Now, given that the world is not fair to the underprivileged, how can you do that without being political?
So when when I was younger, my mom used to say this thing to me because I'm from a family of six. I'm the youngest of six kids. So I'm the baby. And I remember my mom used to always say this thing to me. She used to always say to me, because, I have older brothers and sisters and they'd always get first. I'd pretty much always have to wait for their hand-me-downs to get new stuff. And I remember she used to always say to me, Georgie, a closed mouth never gets fed. And when I was young, I didn't really understand what it meant. But now, being grown and being closer to the age she was at when she was alive and she told me this, I fully understand, right? We have to advocate for ourselves. If you don't present the narrative for who you are, then you open the door for others to make narratives about you.
Mhm.
So for me and how I live my life, I let it be known who I am, what I'm about, and what is I of course I sing about justice. I'm a Black man in Canada.
Mm.
There's all kinds of judicial and justice related issues that I have or have had in the past, right? I mean, we live here in a system where I tell people all the time, for example, the police system, the criminal system, the court systems, the justice systems, we have to look at it as what it is. It's a corporation. And the commodity are human beings. So it's not realistic for Canadian people in Canada to be locking up their white people in jails. It's just nonsensical. But again, it's a corporation, it's a business. We need to have people in there because that's what we're in the business of. So we need to put people in their jails because we need to have people in there. But again, we don't want to cause an uproar. We don't want to put a lot of white people in there and cause a crazy uproar. But we still need to put people in the jails. So these are the kind of systems that we have to navigate as Black people in Canada, because we are the fodder that needs to be in those jails, and the Indigenous, and those people that you just mentioned, like the marginalized, and those that are less privileged. All right, so yeah, I sing about justice and I sing about truth and rights because I mean, if people like me don't speak about it, nobody else will. The people that are doing it, they're not going to speak about it.
May I take you
They
up on
don't,
that?
huh?
Okay, now, for someone to be jailed, he must have committed one or another offense.
Theoretically,
I'm sorry?
theoretically,
I don't
in
get.
theory, you're absolutely right.
Uh-huh. So, I mean, it's not a matter of race or whatever.
Mhm. In theory,
That's the way I believe it anyway.
in theory. So let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
I'm going to present a scenario to you. So I'm an officer now, and I've just walked up to the park. Let's forget that weed is legal. Let's just go back to like 6 years ago. So I walk up to you, and you're in the park, and you're sitting there with another white gentleman on a bench. You're on one end of the bench, the white gentleman's on the other end of the bench. As a police officer, keep in mind that you are sitting there now reading your book, whatever, you're on your phone or whatever, and the other gentleman also has a book and he's on whatever. So the white gentleman is smoking a joint. The police has come now. I'm coming now. Who has the police and I've thrown it away? Okay? So the police are coming now and smell the weed. I ask you, well, where's the weed that you had? You said that you didn't have any weed. I asked the white gentleman, where's the weed that you didn't have? He said he didn't have a weed. Let me ask you a question. In this scenario that I just presented to you, who ended up in jail?
Hmm.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. I have nothing else to say about that.
Now
Okay.
let's
The
okay.
fact, the fact that there was not a direct and definitive answer is the problem.
Hmm.
Is the problem. Okay, let me ask you a question now. Let's change the scenario around a little bit.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Nigeria.
Let's run the exact same scenario in Nigeria. Who goes to jail?
Hmm. Oh well. You know,
So,
uh,
so here's the scenario.
okay.
One has to know the environment that they are dealing with.
Hmm.
You have to know the laws and the cultures of the land.
Hmm.
I repeat, the laws and cultures of the land,
Hmm.
because they're very integrated.
Hmm.
All right. I just presented you with some data, and I would like you to trash out the data, keep the search and stuff online. But the data I'm just showing you just off the top of the head,
Hmm.
common data that's publicly available to anyone. This is the scenario that we're in. And you asked earlier, I would like to say this, that I am personally absolutely terrified about the times that we're in right now.
Hmm.
They're literally, they are literally trying to bring us back to the age of when we were forced to work in the fields in cotton. Yes, that's where we are right now in this time and space.
Hmm.
So I have more songs that I'm going to write about justice. And I'm going to also shed a more bigger light on the inequality of the Black people and the inequality of the indigenous people and the inequality of the migrant, because it's crazy. And I've been saying this for a while, you know. It's like, and I've been here my whole entire life. I love Canada, and I do consider myself Canadian. I mean, that's all I know is Canada. I left
Hmm.
3 years old. So I can say this with a clean heart. It's like smoke and mirrors, because on one hand, all the tabloids and all the pamphlets are saying, come to Canada, come to Canada, come to Canada. We love you. We want you to come to Canada. And then when you get to Canada, it's like a whole different book that you didn't see. Now you're taking away from the resources, you're taking people's jobs, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole crazy aspect. Like, I mean, keep in mind that you were invited here, right? So again, it's the the realism of where we are. People need to write songs, write poetry, make films, do what you're doing right now, these podcasts and these blogs and stuff. Because if we don't speak, and if we are not the voice, then nothing's going to be heard. Because again, if we don't do it, I'm going to ask you straight, who will?
Hmm. I get you. Ah, ah, it just occurred to me that you've not introduced yourself.
I told you I get very deep right away. I don't even really like to waste a lot of time. I just like, my name is Flowers FMG6, aka FMG6. I'm a producer out of Toronto, Canada. Born in Jamaica. I've been here my whole life. Like I said, I consider myself Canadian. I live as a Canadian. That's what it is. Um, my aim is to retain a lot of experience and data and skill sets in the music and film business. And it's my aim to try to give back to the community and share the knowledge that I have with others, so that as Black people, we can have the skill sets and the talent that we need to be successful.
Great. Now, we just had the uh, what's it called? The Orange Day,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
powerful,
okay.
powerful stuff.
Now, what matters to me, right, is the acronym. Every child matters, right? Every child matters. Now, take that to the United States. where they say Black Lives Matter. Can you compare?
Yeah, I can compare. Um, okay, let's kind of give context to both of the different things. The orange shirt day, and child matters is based on a situation that happened where indigenous kids were being taken from their homes, brought to these schools under the pretense of being taught and learn stuff, when in actuality they were brought to the schools to be stripped of their culture, stripped of their heritage, reprogrammed and redoctrinated in order to be given to white families that weren't able to have kids. So the narrative, every child matters, from the indigenous level is very, very, very potent. Very. They were taking kids out of their homes because they had nice, pretty long hair and giving it to white kids, people that didn't have kids, in order for them to build their family. They were destroying this family in order to make this family whole. There's nothing more evil like that in the earth. There's nothing more evil than that. That is evil. Okay, now push that to the side. Let's have a look at Black Lives Matters. It became so ridiculous that 6 out of 10 stops by white officers with black detainees ended up with the black detainee being shot. Now, I don't know about you, but when my kids leave home, I fully expect to sit down and watch a baseball game or a basketball game, fully comfortable, and sip maybe a nice hot cup of tea while my kids are doing whatever. And I'm fully expecting them to come home.
Mm.
In America, this is not the case. In America, if you're a black family and your daughter or your child leaves your home to go do any XYZ thing, you have to be at your home, not watching the game, enjoying a libation, drinking some tea. You have to be in your home, terrified and scared, and wondering, will my child come home tonight?
Mm.
Hence the adage, Black Lives Matters. Because for a minute there, to be honest, the real question was, do Black lives really matter?
Okay. Now, I'm sorry, I drew you to that because, uh, what is the Canadian one is every child matters.
The connection is that
Every child matters, right? In Canada.
yes,
That is, all children matter. Now, in the US, they are saying Black Lives Matter, right? I would have thought uh, they would have used every life matters because
I know.
now I'm sorry, now it's not only blacks that are being
But
marginalized.
listen, that's if okay. That's if you're taking the con into the context that
Yeah.
we're we're we are not acknowledging the fact right now that
Hmm.
the white officers were treating the black inmates like they did not matter. The
Hmm.
white settlers were treating the indigenous children like they did not matter. Are
Hmm.
we going on right here? Let me explain. Let me make the connection to you. Okay. What we're saying is that we are sick and tired of indigenous and black lives not mattering in society as a whole.
Hmm.
We're lovely when you want us to clean your garbage, sweep your streets, go to your hotels and clean up after you and all this stuff. But we really want to matter. We want to have a voice in your governance. We want to have a voice in how we're allowed to live, thrive, and enjoy our culture.
Hmm.
We want to be allowed to be black. No more driving while black. No more seeing the black guy in the car and just pulling him over because he is black. Yes, Why is that for? Why do I have to stop in the middle of the street and answer your questions, your invasive questions, while I'm just walking on the street by myself
mm,
for no other reason than being black? Stop trying to hide behind this all lives matters. If you say all lives matters, that's saying that basically you're trying to say that we didn't acknowledge that all the white lives mattered in the first place. Because if we didn't matter that, we would not have the problem right now.
okay, okay.
When people say
White.
all lives matters, when people look at an indigenous person who has lost their child, who's been given to a white family to be adopted to a white family, and tell
Mhm.
them that their child doesn't matter or my child matters as much too, garbage. Garbage. Okay? Don't, no, no. The white people don't have a right to say all child matters. In a matter of fact, in this context, the black people don't have a right to say all child matters. That's a specific indigenous thing that happened to indigenous people. They and they alone only have the right to say that shit.
Mm.
Nobody else has the right to say that. It happened to them. They have the right to say it. It's their pain, their turmoil, their anguish, their desperation, their separation. They're the only ones that have the right to say it. Yeah, we
Hmm.
can't from them. And me as a black man, saying Black Lives Matter, that's mine. No white guy, you can't say that all lives matter. No, you can't say that. I'm not talking about what you're saying. I'm telling you what's happened to me and my people. And I'm really into you that, yeah, we matter and we need to matter. And you should acknowledge that we matter.
Mm.
So don't try to steal our thing and water it down and dilute it and make it nonsensical. Nah, no, we're not having it. Yeah, we're not having that. We're talking about our experiences, our pain, our trauma, our turmoil, our anguish.
Mm. Are
If
you
you want to,
aware? Are you aware?
if you want to bring your anguish, your slavery days, or whatever you want to bring it forward, and coin a name for it, you're welcome to throw it in the middle. Let's go. Let's hear it.
But are you aware that in any case, I don't believe anybody is white. I don't believe that anybody is black. I mean, even in the what's it called in terms of complexion, right? But I mean, it's a But then,
I
but
agree to a
then,
certain.
I'm sorry.
I agree that to that to a certain extent. I
Okay,
agree.
but then, even apart from the so-called whites and so-called blacks, other races exist,
Yes.
and even the whites, some of the whites are being marginalized. Some of the
Yes.
whites, then those other races too, do they not matter?
I'm sure they do. You'd have to go ask them. I'm sure they have their plight also.
Okay. Now let's go to your music. Let's
Well,
go to your music.
basic.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You've okay. By the way, why do you choose to have an app?
Um, so my struggle is with the fact that I'm an artist and I work really hard and diligently at making sure that I make good art. And I was having a really major problem with making my music and giving it to like Spotify or YouTube and then giving me back 0 point whatever, 3 cents, whatever for letting people hear it. Um, like I said, I'm old school or old fool, whichever way you want to put it. But I believe that if I make something, I should be able to sell it
Hmm.
and pay first period. I don't really think that I should have to
Can
jump.
you can you mention the name of your app and all those things so that others will?
Yeah, I'm easy to find. So it's FMG with a dash and the number six and the IX.com. FMG6, FMG.6.com. SEAL Team 6, that name was taken already, so I had to kind of.
Okay. All right. Say it again. Say it again.
So FMG dash the number six with an IX and then .com. FMG dash 6.com. Yeah, and there's everything there. There's videos there, music there. You can build your own playlist. You can support the community. There's ways to support artists. studio time, recording sessions, all kinds of stuff that's on there.
mm,
Yeah, it's a
mm,
lot of fun to really check it out. Yeah, we made it full body so that people could have, we didn't want to be in competition with YouTube or anything like that, but we also didn't want to have a lesser experience than
mm.
YouTube or Spotify. So we wanted to keep the quality up and still be able to make sure that our fans were able to get.
I once asked you a question, and that is if your studios are open, I mean, to everybody.
Again,
Okay, I once asked you whether your studios are
oh,
open to
yeah, the
everyone.
studio, well, the studio at the corner of Queen and Jarvis is open um Monday to Fridays, but if a weekend session gets booked, then we can always accommodate that. So, for example, if your session was on a Thursday and we started doing some work and you want to come and finish up on a Saturday or Sunday, the engineer will work that out with you and they can figure that out. Um, I have another personal studio, which is my home studio. That studio is booking by booking appointment only, and I'm very selective.
Mm,
You have to be pretty. In the public studio that we have, it's a community-based studio, so everybody and everything. My studio at home is a little bit more for people that are a little bit more serious about
okay.
making
Okay.
commercial.
Okay. Let's assume someone sends uh some tracks, right? Are you ready to, I mean, to work on them?
Absolutely.
Sorry?
But yeah, absolutely. Ready right now. Send it. Send
Okay.
it. I'll load it up
No,
for you.
you see, okay, like I asked you the
We're
other time.
open actually. Open.
There are so many people out there that will want their music out, but due to one reason or the other, they might not be able to do that.
Now, yeah, we're here. Here we're set up for everything. We're set up for we cross-platform, Mac, PC, everything. We have Fruity Loops, we have Cubase, we have what I use, which is Studio One Pro. Yeah, we have a lot of different, we're very multifunctional and very integrated where we can do a lot of things together.
Okay.
Um, we have also, I'm also a producer, but we have also other producers that are in the building also. We
Mhm.
have people that can help writing with songs. And also, I know we do like a lot of track recording, but we also do ads, promos, radio ads. If you have a company and you want to get like a nice jingle or something cool, something memorable, so that you can post it. We do all kinds of work like that.
Ah,
If you
you must be a millionaire.
not yet, but that's the dream. But I don't dream about millions anymore. When I was a big, right now I'm trying to be a billionaire. To be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah, I get you. I get you.
yeah, that
Now,
million was for a lot of years ago. Right now,
mhm.
that's the old dream. The new dream is billions. Yeah, we got to put a B on it.
Now, what advice uh, do you have for aspiring artists and the youth in general?
Inspiring artists, be true to yourself. You don't have to be like anybody else. When I first when I first started making music, if you listen to my first catalog, the first part of my catalog, all the songs I wrote and recorded has somebody else singing on it or something. Because when I first started making music, I hated the sound of my voice. I hated it. So every time I wrote a song, I'd have to call up somebody to come sing this part, call somebody to sing that part. And then something weird happened as time kind of moved on. I started thinking, what is singing? Right? Singing are just manipulating words.
Mm,
Right? Words longer, shorter, whatever, right? And I started playing them, just started playing with the words, making them longer, shorter, until they got long enough that they actually started sounding like singing notes, right? So these are things that you learn. Everybody can sing. Every voice is good,
mm,
right? It's for you to develop it and nurture it and put it to where you want to be.
mm,
Now I sing a bunch of songs. People are calling me to sing songs, right? And I'm fully confident to be able to sing a verse or whatever. So
mm.
it's I tell them stay true to yourself. Don't try to change. Don't try to be like anybody else.
Mm,
Inspiring youth growing up. Here's what I got to say to you. Listen to Uncle Flowers. The guns, drugs, drama, running around, all of that, it does not pay.
mm,
Your skill and your talent will pay. It'll feed you, it'll clothe you, it'll put a pretty house over your head, it'll give you a nice whip to drive. But here's the plan. You have to be determined. You have to be focused. And most importantly of all, you
mm,
have to work at it. Work at it. Practice makes perfect. You know what I mean? You might say, okay, I tried this and it didn't work. How do you know it didn't work? Did you really try it?
mm,
Right? You know, I find in the world that we live in right now, I'm a little bit older. So I tell people I live in the macro universe,
mm,
right? To me, a minute is still 1 minute. The world that we live in right now is the micro world, where they can take 1 second and break it down into like 1 millionth of a second and all kinds of other stuff that they do. Right.
mm,
And that's how we live as a society. There's no time for anything. There's no time for civility, no time to say hi to your neighbor. I mean, we walk around like this all day on the cell phone. You don't even know what's going on.
mm,
I mean, so what I would say to the younger generation is, you know, get, get off the net and get into your head. Yeah, man, stop searching for stuff outside and get into your head. You know what I mean? Pick up a book and put something in your head.
mm.
Yeah, it's beautiful to know something. I mean, you can't say you know something if you have to Google it. That means you don't know, Google knows.
Mm,
Put some
mm,
stuff, know
mm,
some stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, know some stuff. Put some stuff in your head. Pick up a book. Look at the words. Put those words into your head.
mm,
It's going to help you because when it's time for you to write the words out on paper, you'll have way more words to choose from. And you'll actually be able to visualize them and play with them and move them around and stuff. And that's where the true talent and skill comes from.
mm.
Don't watch Drake or some guy on the TV and be like, oh, I want to sing like him. Oh, man, sing like you. And let other people know who you are. Be your, like, listen, be yourself. That would
Let
be
me
my
ask you one last question. Which instruments do you play?
So I am a digital producer. So most of my production is done digitally. But
Okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
around with the bass guitar and a trusty keyboard.
Mm, mm,
Right. But yeah, I most of the productions I do is digital production. For me, it's just what I've been doing for a while. I'm comfortable with it, and I've been doing it for so long that I've become pretty good at it.
no, at least I can attest to that.
Yeah, yeah, make my instruments proper.
Mm,
Now, my bass sounds like bass, my drums sound like drums.
mm,
Real drums. I don't play games.
mm. So where do you expect to be, let's say in 5 years' time?
Well, so the journey started a year ago, and we built the studio, the community studio, so that people could have access. I was having a problem going to places, different studios, and seeing how people were being treated. You
Mm,
know what I mean? If you look cool and you were dope or whatever, you had a little bit of jewelry, then yeah, right up to the front. And if you were like a little guy that just came and you had your money, you wanted to get your stuff, people were playing around with you and stuff. And I didn't like that whole vibe. It kind of turned me off.
mm,
I
mm.
wanted to build a studio that was inclusive for everybody.
Okay.
Like, I don't care. Fat, white, short, black, pink, yellow, I don't care. If you're gay, straight, bent, corner, and radical, kid, I don't care. Just come. It's a space for you to come, use your talent, get your stuff done, feel warm, feel safe, and that's what that's about.
Mm,
In 5 years, I'm hoping to expand on that.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
hoping to be able to offer this service to more people and be able to facilitate. I mean, the half of the problem I'm having right now is I want to help a lot of people, but the funds aren't there to get everything sorted out all at the same time. So
Mm,
right now I'm doing a majority of my work I'm doing for free. And it's at the point now where, I mean, I need to figure out a way because I'm funding a lot of these projects and a lot of these artists because I believe in them. right? And a lot of the people that I deal with, they're low income, like you said before, marginalized. So these are people that are on ODST and on OW and different
mm,
forms of
mm,
assistance. They really
mm,
can't afford to make the music. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to figure out some kind of model and some kind of system that I can make it a little bit easier for marginalized people to have access to actually have a chance to utilize their talents.
Okay, thank you so much. Uh, we'll be talking with you some other time.
MashaAllah.
Okay,
Thank you, my brother. It was very nice speaking with you.
stay cool.
I always enjoy your company, You're my big my girl like you. I'm waiting for my to be fashionable. That's there. Okay.
In my country, we normally say that, once you have all this whitish thing, it signifies old age. You are young.
No, when I come into the restaurant, I'm gonna be like,
All right, thank you so much.
take care. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye bye.